Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. It is Saturday when I'm making this video, so if it's the weekend for you when you're watching it, I hope it's being a really good weekend for you. Hope it's being kind. So I wanted to make this video because we need to look at the internals of the ATI Walkman. If you watched the unboxing video, I had a little bit of a problem here with this piece, and it's still a problem because there's a spring that flew out of this and it is really tiny and I really can't find it. So not a great start, but I did want to make this video though because I found a solution. And if you do decide to pull the trigger on this guy, then yeah, you might want to do this before you start playing with this. Right now, the only thing that's moving this is gravity. So yeah, I kind of feel like a pilgrim playing with a toy rock or something at this point. So if I can help you guys avoid this situation, I would really like to. So we're going to start by opening this up, and you can actually take the opportunity to look at the internals here. Doing this. At first, I thought these screws were captured. They are not. So they can come out. So be wary of that. So let me open this. Okay. The tools that ATI included were great. They've been very helpful, which is awesome. I just wish they would have perhaps included a an additional screw, or not a screw. I'm sorry, a spring. All right, so this entire back plate comes off. And like I said, these screws I thought were captive here, and they're not, so they can pop out, so you have to be careful about that. I'm going to flip this over real quick and show you the back plate. We've got, it's, oh, sorry for the light, guys. It's not spring loaded. Yeah, it is a spring, I'm sorry, yeah. And it has these little retainers, these, I don't know if they're Teflon or plastic or whatever. So that's what sits inside of this plastic gear here. You can debate whether or not plastic's appropriate. I, of course, would like to see something metal, but hey, whatever. All right, so if you notice here too, we have a sphere. I'm not gonna call it a ball because I'm secretly a 13-year-old boy and that will make me giggle. So we've got the sphere here. We have another spring that is, I'm gonna drop the sphere, and we have another spring. This gear at this point, because it doesn't have this guy pressing down onto it, is basically free. And you can see that if you start moving this, well, maybe you can't see, but it starts to move around. Yeah, there you go. So it starts to move around pretty freely. But what I really wanted to talk about is right here. And if you notice, let me rotate this. Here is our little switch. If you use the same bit driver here that you use to open the back, you can also make sure that before you start playing with this, to actually put the bit in there and screw it down. Oh, I would say almost to the point where you can barely move this anymore, and then lightly back it up until it becomes really easy to move with the spring. And that way the spring won't fly out, this won't pop out, and you should be good. So that alone, I just wanted to share with you guys. So otherwise, the internals here are pretty simple. Even though there's a lot going on with this, and I still don't completely understand it, if we remove these, and there's only one way these can actually go back in, so it's kind of foolproof. And of course, these guys came out immediately, but there are more spheres here. And if you notice, these are actually metal, and that is what turns these things. I grew up in the era of cassettes. I don't know what these are called, so if you guys do know in the comments, please let me know. So yeah, so these are really, it's really easy to put back together. And if you notice too, they've got some Teflon tape here. So it protects, it's on both sides, and it protects the outer edge of the pieces here. which is great. So it looks like if you wanted to as well, currently the spring and the other sphere is in the A piece. But you can flop them if you wanted to. I don't know exactly why you wouldn't want to, but yeah, you could. So yeah, to put this back together, super easy. These spheres, let me move this guy out of the way so you guys can actually see it. And let's see. And where'd the other one go? Oh, there we go. So, I said it's easy to put back together. It actually takes a little bit of time, so I'm not going to actually bore you guys to death and watch me put this back in, but you do have to be a little careful with how you how the sphere fits here, because I've put it back together a couple times where this had actually the sphere had popped out, and obviously you don't want that. And it has to mesh together into these teeth, and then you have to mesh it again with the larger gear, the larger center gear. So it helps to have them a little staggered. And then, I know I said I wasn't going to make you guys watch this, and yet here we are. So if I can get this on the first try, then we'll be done, and that'll be awesome. So that feels okay. Let me find the other one here. This is where it can get a little hairy. Okay, that seems to be all right. And then you put your back plate on again. And hopefully okay. Okay, I think that's good. Wow, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that reaching around. And if you see here, one of these little screws popped out. So definitely want to make sure that you keep track of those because they are small. I was actually going to consider putting a white piece of paper or mat underneath of here. I should have. It would have made it easier to see. Oops. All right, so let me get this guy. Other guy screwed down. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, back to this guy. You know, this may sound like me sort of rationalizing my purchase. Nobody likes to get burned, but I actually have kind of enjoyed this a little bit. It doesn't, I am obviously a little disappointed that it's not what I thought it was going to be. But I do think there's a lot of good stuff here, actually. I do think this, I mean, the design, they really knocked it out of the park. I mean, look at this thing. It's ridiculous. And I didn't even realize that you could probably put tritium tubes here too. I need to measure them, but there's no reason why you couldn't. So they've got the design. It's like the design is awesome. It's a killer design. And I really do hope that if there's a version 2 and they kind of fix these internals, man, I would buy this. I would buy the version 2 if they fixed it for sure. I'm probably going to hold on to this because, you know, I still kind of enjoy it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I do feel, I'm not going to say I got burned by it because that's a little ridiculous, but it's not like I said, it's not what I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I hope that helps. And, you know, this is what it is. I'll look and see if I can find I'll do some measuring, see if I can find a screw or a spring. And, you know, I was actually thinking about looking at like maybe the pocket watch space and see if I could find a metal gear that might work for that center plastic gear and see if that has any impact on how this thing performs. So, yeah. So, you know, buyer beware, I guess, with this one. I still I've actually quite enjoyed it still. Like I said, it just didn't quite meet my expectations, but I'm not going to say this is awful. Yeah, if I can save somebody from running into the same problem that I did with this, then I definitely want to. So, guys, thank you so much for taking a peek at this with me. I hope this was sort of educational. And if you're on the fence, man, I don't know. I'm okay with this, I should say. But you know, I understand that a lot of people wouldn't be, and I respect that too. So, again, can't recommend it, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. So, thank you guys. Hope you are having a great weekend. And if it's not the weekend, I hope the weekend is coming up soon. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.